Hi all, this is me Karan. So in this particular video, we are going to talk about the assignment on multithreading. So this is going to be the first assignment of multithreading series. After doing this particular assignment, you will be able to understand basic things of multithreading, like how multithreading works, what are the pros and cons, in what cases we should use multithreading, etc. etc. So I have created a dedicated lecture series for multithreading, where we have learnt about things like thread versus process, what is the difference between process and thread, how multithreading actually works in C++, basic terminology behind multithreading in C++, how we can execute the different functions using multithreading, how we can pass the parameters to some function using multithreading, and at the same time we also compared the multi-threaded execution with the single threaded execution, and in the end we talked about the critical section. So at the end of these 10 lectures we have read very basic things about multi-threading. So now it's time to solve one small assignment based on these lectures. So if you haven't gone through these lectures, please go through them, or if you are already familiar with all these concepts, you can directly jump into the assignment. So now we will see the assignment, what kind of problems are there in the assignment. So this is the first assignment of this particular series. So first we will try to solve the theoretical questions, and then we will come on the coding problems. And at the end, we will also talk about what is the right way to attempt these problems. If we talk about the theoretical problems, then we will be learning about what is multithreading, what is the difference between thread and process, when to use and when to not use thread in our system, and in what kind of scenario a single threaded system will perform well as compared to the multi-threaded system, and what is orphan, zombie, process or thread, and what is the critical section. And we have already covered all these things in our lecture series. So now question arises how we will be learning the advanced things about these different topics. So what you can do, you can simply copy these questions and paste them in the Google, and you will get some of the blogs. So you can read first 2 or 3 blogs based on these topics. So at the end of this particular exercise, you will be having good understanding of all these topics. Now if we talk about the coding problems, then first problem is, can you please write a code to create a thread using C++? We have already covered this in our lecture series, and at the same time we talk about the second question. Then write two functions, one to calculate multiplication and another to calculate division of two numbers, and we have to call them using different threads. So we have also covered this particular question as well. So you can go through the lecture series and try writing your own code. And the third question is, can you write a program to get the output from a function that is called using std_thread? So I have provided the hint here, like we can try passing variable using reference to the function. And the fourth question is, can you please write a program to prove single threaded system works faster than a multi-threaded system in certain cases? And the second part of this question is, multi-threaded system works faster than a single threaded system. So we have to prove these two cases. If you have gone through the lecture series, then I think these two problems will be fairly straightforward to you. So now the fifth question is, can you think of some critical section problem and write a program to show the inconsistency in the output? So what does that mean? So you have to take one critical section scenario. So your code should generate different output for different executions. So if we talk about what is the right way to attempt these problems, so follow all the lecture series before this particular assignment. Most probably you should be able to solve all the problems. And if we talk about the second point, we have already discussed it. So you can just make a Google search around these topics, and you will get good blogs around these different topics, and you can go through them. And if we talk about the third point, so once you solve all the problems, just upload them on GitHub and share the link with me. I'll be super happy providing you the feedback. So this is all from this particular lecture. I hope you will be solving this particular assignment as soon as possible. So let's meet in some other lecture.